Welcome to Lisa's Ladle, where we're cooking big in small places.
Hello my friends, welcome aboard Lisa's Ladle. If you're new to this channel, you're going to find out what are some of the challenges with cooking your favorite recipes on a boat. Like fenders rubbing against the dock as you're trying to talk on camera. If you visited my galley before, hey, welcome back. Thanks for returning. I'm glad to see you. And if you're new, welcome aboard. We love to have you. Today's recipe is gluten-free chocolate cake with a little bit of a Christmas twist. You'll see. The ingredients you will need are 1 cup all-purpose gluten-free flour. This is a ½ cup of almond flour, 1 cup of white granulated sugar, ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ cup of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3 eggs, 1 cup of buttermilk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 stick of butter, and then we're gonna decorate, and the toppings will be cream cheese icing. You're not gonna need the whole tub of cream cheese, but the cream cheese icing, and this is gluten-free by Pillsbury. We also are gonna sprinkle it with the green, dark green, basically sugar crystals. So you'll see at the end how I'm gonna do that. And then I just chopped up 6 to 12 candy canes that we're just gonna sprinkle on top of our cake. Let's get our aprons on and start cooking. Before we start whisking our ingredients together, let's start our ovens to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. One cup of homemade buttermilk. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 stick of butter. 3 eggs. The extra butter, eggs, and buttermilk are hopefully going to make this gluten-free flour chocolate cake taste a lot more moist. Oven's ready. We're almost ready. I already have my silicone baking dish coated with butter and flour. Normally I don't have to use this. With the silicone it usually comes out right pretty easy, but I went ahead and buttered and floured it because with the cake I don't want to get any rips or tears. I want it to be pretty for Christmas. Some nice things with the gluten-free flour is you don't have to worry about overbeating the flour like you do traditional gluten flour. When I was mixing, you want to do a 2-minute mix. You want everything to be really well blended. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, if I told you last time for the Thanksgiving video, but David is in Rhode Island going to school, learning some boat systems so we can work on the boat ourselves. And the bad thing with that is he doesn't get to lick the bowl. So it's up to me to clean this bowl. Task accepted. But let's get this chocolate cake in the oven and let it bake for about 20 minutes. I'm going to check it and see where we're at. And I'll meet you guys back here in 20 minutes. Maybe after some bowl licking too. And just like that, It's actually been 30 minutes, my friends. I checked at 20, not enough time. So 30 minutes, we're gonna take this puppy out, let it cool for 5 minutes, and I'll meet you back here to do some icing and decorating. Ooh la la. Chocolate cake. So delicious. And just like that, we're back. It's been 5 minutes. We're basically just waiting for the cake to cool enough to take it out of the silicone pan. We're not icing it yet because it's still too warm to ice. Your icing would just melt right off the cake. So a couple things that I want to show you when you are living on a boat and cooking on a boat, sometimes you multi-purpose things. You like to multi-purpose things because that saves you room for storage. You have limited space for storage, I should say. Anyway, one of the things that I'm doing is, this is not a beautiful cake or conventional cake cover or bin. This is my microwave cover that I use for when I put things in the microwave. This is my cupcake holder that goes in my cupcake and egg carrier. I just put foil over it. Then the cover fits nicely right over into the grooves, so it keeps it covered. We have a cat, as you know, if you've watched any of our videos. Keep that cat hair off of there. And then I made a makeshift. This is gonna look so pretty for Christmas. I'm gonna put my cupcake holder bin on top of my baking oven rack. I used garland to decorate the outside. So once we finish, this is gonna be a very festive Christmas cake. Let's go ahead and get our cake out of the silicone pan and let it cool for another usually 20-30 minutes. It smells so good. I love chocolate cake. So beautiful. A couple other tweaks. So I'm going to decorate the cake with, we're using cream cheese frosting, which I have sitting over the oven vent to get a little creamy. Cream cheese frosting, which is gluten-free. Woo! And some maraschino cherries. To do the cherries, I'm going to try these tweezers that I soaked in alcohol and rinsed really good to place the cherries on the cake. And then, of course, our chopped peppermint candy canes. So we're going to let this puppy sit for another 20 minutes. Check it, see if it's cool enough to ice up. And I'll meet you guys back here in 20 minutes. Okay guys, I've been letting this cake cool for about an hour, almost an hour. Let's go ahead and get this yummy, chocolatey deliciousness all put together. Let's start with our cream cheese icing. Icing. This task may or may not be easier with an icing knife. I'm using the regular good old-fashioned butter knife. Again, the luxuries of non-boat living. I could probably fit it in my utensil drawer, I just don't have one. And I find a butter knife works just as well, right? And I'm using, it is sugar crystals. I'm going to use the green, hopefully get this nice and wreath looking. crushed peppermint, when I was crushing it, it was getting very sticky and it was kind of warm in here. So I chopped it up, I chopped it up, not chop, but hit it with a rolling pin, and I put it in the fridge to help with the stickiness. It seemed to work a little bit better than just leaving it out on the counter. So let's add some peppermint. This just makes for a really fun, Christmassy looking, something the kids can help with if you have little ones. This beautiful gluten-free chocolate cake with the Christmas twist took us less than 40 minutes to put together, not including that cooling time. It serves 8. As always, my friends, live, laugh, love. Lick that ladle. I'm going to keep cooking until I see you next time. From my family to yours, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next season. Cheers.
Ignore the clock and the things that confine me. And now I'm ready to see, I'm ready